Got questions? That's what we're here for. Sorry, just getting my head together. Have you got questions? I am here to answer your questions on video. So what you can do is you can pop them in the chat if you have got any questions. Ask me anything. It can be a tiny little thing. It can be a big contextual thing that you're not sure about. And you can also ask me ahead of time as well. So email me. You can drop me a phone message. You can use WhatsApp or Messenger. And they're the four that I normally get. And honestly, the one that I really focus on is email. If you don't have any questions, and that's quite often the case, I'm just going to turn up here. I'll be here at Thursdays at 9 a.m. as long as I don't have any other paid events, which I'll warn you of if I'm not here. But if I'm here, I'm yours for the next however long. And if I can help you, that'll be great. And if you don't have any questions, what you can do is you can listen now to some of my thoughts of things that I've been thinking about video, how we can use video more effectively in our businesses. Because it's sort of crazy to me. There's so much available out there. There's so many ways that we can be using simple technology, whether it's our smartphones, which of course is my thing, whether it's your webcam on your desktop or your laptop. It's so powerful, and there are so many free or really low priced apps that you could be implementing right now. And I would say roughly, non-scientifically, probably 1 out of 100 people are actually using it. So there's a lot of scope, there's a lot of room for you to get involved in this. And also the updates and the advances are happening so fast. So what has been happening? What have I been seeing? Let's have a little look-see. Oh, so we're back to the horizontal versus the vertical battle, that war that's on out there. So it's about aspect ratio. It's a question people ask me all the time. Which way should I shoot? Should I shoot vertically, like you're seeing me in this frame here, or horizontally, or that way, like you're seeing me in the screen over there? There is no answer to it. When we're on our smartphones, it's really convenient to use vertical video. There's been this argument that it's going to become popular and people are going to take it mainstream. And this week has been an announcement that this is going to happen in a cinema. And it's a chain of cinemas called Cinema. Now, this is a play on the word cinema verite. And verite means, in cinema verite means documentary. It means handheld, actual footage, as opposed to like Hollywood type movies. So cinema vertical, I think it's vertical. I'm not sure how to say it, but it's a USA chain. And they're going to put a vertical screen in the cinemas. And I got to tell you, I'm concerned about this because here's the thing. I'm very big on the future. I mean, with the technology, I don't care. I don't have any emotional connection to all the stuff I've done before. I love what smartphones can do. Whether you use it vertical, horizontal, square, does not worry me at all. But in their press release, they said something that really concerned me. I want to read from it. So this was the first bit. Number one, they called this the new norm that's happening out there. So they said it's hard to ask moviegoers to sit quietly without their phone in a dark theatre while the world is going on around them. So we lifted that barrier of entry. We encourage our guests to discuss the film while it's happening and snap or film what they see on screen, or the whole movie if they like, right? Now, I don't know what you think about that. That freaks me out because I'm one of these people. I go into the cinema. I don't want you to say a word to me. I want to just lose myself in the movie and go along with the ride. So people talking, people on their phones. I almost had a stand-up fight about 3-4 years ago with somebody in the cinema who had their phone in front of me, and it was like a light shining in my eyes. I was checking their messages the whole time, and they didn't see anything wrong with it. All right, so you're warned, don't come to the cinema with me. But that's not that's not the disturbing part of this press release. This is the disturbing part. To help, seats are made to rotate 180 degrees so moviegoers can comfortably take selfies of them with the screen behind them. So that's what they want to do. So you've got your phone here. Wow, what a great cinema experience. Now, okay, I mean, I don't know anything about trends. I don't know if this is going to take off, but I got to tell you, I'm horrified by that. I love the technology. I love where it's going. I want everything new, but that really worries me. So not sure how you think about that. I got to see, there's comments coming in here, but I can't see them coming up on my screen. So I'm very sorry about that. I'm not sure why. So there might be questions coming in, but if not, I'll get to them next time. I'll find them somehow. So what's an answer? What's an answer when it comes to these shooting horizontal and vertical? Well, this is my answer for you. It's very low tech. I love stuff that's low tech. So get your two phones and get some rubber bands, put them together and record both at the same time. I don't know what you're going to do with it. I was actually thinking with that vertical screen, why don't they just have a square screen? And you can just go between horizontal and vertical to whatever the format suits best, but mix it up within the one video. Oh, and by the way, there's been iPhone or Apple has a series of movies that they make with iPhones. It's been a new one that's come out during the week in this vertical. It's very good. It's Hollywood standard on the phone. I'll bring you the link next week. And go check it out. There's a couple of these videos which are there's this one that was made in China about a mother who has a daughter and she's a taxi driver and she doesn't want to conform to having her kid looked after all day. So she takes the baby in the taxi with her and the child grows up and it's in its formative years in the taxi. She cops a lot of criticism for it. Her relationship with her mother breaks up and there's this story. It's a beautiful, I think it's about 7-minute long movie. It is stunningly good. If you got 7 minutes and a box of tissues, right, go watch that video. I'll send a link to you for that as well. Oh, and this is something else that's happening as well now. Now, I think it's Event Cinemas, but if it's happening here in Australia, it's happening everywhere. You can rent the cinema now because with COVID, I mean, they don't have many people in the cinemas. So for $500, I think it says including unlimited popcorn and soda, right, you can have your own cinema. I don't know. That's not a bad idea. So, but I just hope it's not that vertical cinema where you're going to spin around and around. So if you've got any questions, I am happy to answer them. Remember, you can just pop them in the comments, or if you're worried about, you're not going to get your question right, just send it to me ahead of time. And I'll formulate a nice, quick, concise response tailored to your problems. Oh, now this is something else I found during the week, and this is amazing. Now, this is myheritage.com. It's one of those ancestry sites which are just absolutely huge. And they've got a new tool called the Photo Enhancer. And what it does is it uses AI to take old blurry photos and really give amazing results on them. And you can use it for free. They let you use it for, I think it's maybe 6 or 10 photos. I just uploaded a whole lot, and then it said, no, you've got to do a paid version. So I went back and created a new account with a different email address. But go and check it out, because if you've got any images that you're using professionally that are old, it's great. So look at this photo here. Now, this is a photo I use in one of my talks. It's of this guy's name is Jimmy Filiaggi. He was a murderer on death row, and I visited him on death row in the USA. And the only picture I have of him, I've got a couple of pictures, and they're old blurry screenshots. Now, you might not be able to tell the difference, so I'll just go in close. This is actually what I was showing. So, I would be on stage, and if it was a big screen, it would be this blurry image, but it's what I had. Now, this is the fixed version. And that took, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 seconds for the AI to work. And it's just amazing what it does. No, I thought I had another one there. I had another one of another person I talk about named Morgan Mellish, who unfortunately died in a plane crash about 10 years ago. And his sister gave me a nice photo of him, but again, it wasn't great quality, and I've been able to put that into this AI, and for no money, clean it up beautifully. It's such a nice looking photo. And this is just an indication again of where, the power, the computational power that's in your phone and on your desktops. And that's advancing so quickly. So, cameras haven't changed. Like the glass and the lens is as good as you're going to get it, and the sensors are about as good as you're going to get them. There's really not been much change at all. But where all the exciting changes are happening is in AI and computational power. So that's why I get excited about that and want to talk about it. So if you've got any questions, stick them in. Happy to answer them for you. And I'll be turning up here just on Thursdays at 9 a.m. And if you've got time, love to see you then. Oh, now, over the 40 years that I've been doing this video stuff now, I've seen changes happen. And one, we've gone from video being hard. I mean, it used to be hard, and you used to have to be the anointed one who, got the gig in either film or TV, and they gave you the equipment because it was too expensive to buy. But it's gone from being hard to being really simple now. And it's gone from being generic, this one size fits all, for this made to measure. Now, people want personalized type videos for their particular needs and problems. It's gone from being dull. I mean, honestly, some of the programming we used to make, 20, 30 years ago, some of it was good, but some of it's pretty dull. It's got to be attention getting now. And it used to have to be highly polished, and you can still make those sort of videos now. But even this rough and ready, just like the stuff we're doing right here now, this more real, authentic content is gaining more traction these days. And things used to be a lot longer. Honestly, we were in the 60-minute documentaries, and then they went to 30, and now everything's just getting shorter and shorter. Things have to be tight now. So something I just want to mention to you now that I saw some data come up about, and this is about this idea of things being generic and now going to made to measure. And when I mean generic, I mean it used to be one size fits all. So if you had the microphone, if you had the money to be a broadcaster on TV or radio or film, you had the platform, and everyone had to listen to you. And that has just been flipped on its head now. We've gone to this new online self-service culture, and watch this video. This shows it. So if you go back, if you look at that, there's all these people around this one device, and now this is live streaming that is happening in China. So I don't know what the product is. I've tried to research, but I can't get the details on this. But this is one person selling a product or a service or information, and all now individual personalized channels wanting that information. So it's just phenomenal. Look at all those smartphones. This just blows my mind. I mean, the heat coming off those alone must be enormous. So that's how things have changed. It's gone from this generic one size fits all to us wanting, personalized content. And there's one type of personalized content that has been growing, particularly on YouTube over the last couple of years, and that's with me videos. And what with me videos are where people just get their smartphone and they start it live streaming or start it recording, and they follow them for hours, mornings, afternoons, sometimes the whole day. And they're doing things like study with me. Because there's all these people remotely out there who can't study, and they just sit and they watch somebody else study and they follow their patterns, and I'll do it for the whole day. And so there's Cook With Me. People will just spend the whole day cooking in the kitchen, and people tune in and go along with them. There's Clean With Me. There's just people who love cleaning. And so they'll clean for the whole day with somebody else, and they'll see what they do, and they just feel that connection. There's Exercise With Me, and they're growing at all different rates in different countries. This was the data from over a year ago, and what's happening now with COVID, there's been a 600% increase. So that was what we just looked at previously. I mean, this is what it used to be like a year ago. 600% increase on that. And so the reason I'm mentioning this to you is that whatever business or service that you offer, you could be making some really simple videos, which it could be organize your inbox with me. It could be clean your pool with me. And these are very simple videos that you could be making and uploading onto YouTube with some extra keywords in them. And these become, over time, they become good lead generation tools for you. And they're incredibly simple to make. You don't need anything special. You don't need to, and most video we need to contract time. This actually works the opposite way. People want to engage longer with this. So they're the couple of things that I've been thinking of this week. We got, I see, Sam Penny. Hello, Sam. Eat cheese with me. That's a great one. I got to check out more of what you do. That just blows me away every time I see that. So anyway, look, they're things. If you've got a question, Sam, drop it in. I would love to answer it, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to answer your video questions. That's me done for today. Unless anyone's got a question, remember, send your questions to me. If you don't want to ask them live, I'm just going to keep turning up here, and eventually we'll get something going. And that I should mention to you just before I go, is that's part of the game here. None of this is about building huge audiences. It's about committing to something, being consistent, testing. I mean, I'm just, I see what works. I see what doesn't work. I'll push for a while. I'll adapt. But that's the great thing about this. It hasn't cost me anything to set up at all. Just a little bit of software. About $15 a week paying for software. So, you can fail quickly, fail quietly, and move on. And with that, I'm going to say, all of you have a lovely, what's today? Thursday? I'll see you next Thursday. Hooroo.